This is explanation for the work for pages 30 to 37 that you've previously done on the blast furnace. I'll try and include most things. I want you to work out a lot of things, and then I will go through it when we return to school. The raw materials going into the blast furnace that go in at the top are iron ore, limestone and coke. And you can see as you go down the blast furnace the temperature increases. And there are two products. The main product is molten iron and molten slag. Another word for iron ore you might see is hematite. That's the ore that we get iron from. Now the reason we put limestone in with the iron ore is to get rid of the impurities, and the impurities then will form the slag, which is the byproduct or the waste product of the blast furnace. You can see you also need hot air. You need air for everything to burn and react together. You might see the word tyres. They are like pipes that pump the air in. You will also see that the slag is less dense than the molten iron, so floats on top. You will also see that the iron coming out could be called pig iron or cast iron. The coke that goes in at the top burns in the oxygen to make carbon dioxide first, then this burns in more carbon to make carbon monoxide, which then reduces the iron oxide to iron. So the carbon monoxide takes the oxygen from the iron oxide to make iron. Higher tier, you will need to know, as well as word equations, balanced symbol equations for this. Foundation tier, know the word equations. The blast furnace is lined with brick to protect the structure from the constant high temperatures. The blast furnace doesn't get switched off unless we need to replace the bricks, because it's such high temperatures it would cost a lot of money and waste a lot of energy heating it up and cooling it down, and it would take a long time as well. So they are on 24/7, 365 days a week. 365 days a year. Apologies. The iron made in the blast furnace is called pig or cast iron. Now, the iron that comes out contains a lot of carbon and sulfur, so it's very brittle. So it has to be poured into moulds. So you can see the pig and the piglets at the bottom. That's why it might be referred to as pig iron, because it looks like the piglets feeding off the pig. And you can see the rivulets with the people working on there. But cast iron is just poured into moulds when it's liquid, and then it cools and hardens into that shape. And various items can be made from cast iron. It's very, very hard, but these shapes have to be cast, they have to be moulded. And finally, the slag can be used in road building to bulk out the road, and the hot waste gases are recycled to maintain the heat in the blast furnace, so saving money and energy.